Bandiola as given to the police, and the individual in the vehicle, Mr. Willie Gonzalez. The charge was reckless imprudence resulting in damage to property on the part of Mr. Gonzalez, and a counter charge of grave threat by Mr. Bandiola.
General Torre, I know you personally, no? I know you're a good person, magaling kang general. But unfortunately, sometimes nagkakaroon tayo ng lapses. And palagay ko, isa sa mga lapses mo ito.
This morning, I talked to my Chief PNP, to the RD and CRPO, the Biseo of Napolcom and the SILG. I asked them to remove me from my post as District Director of QCPD to pave way for a better and deeper investigation of this matter.
Siguro, Attorney Raymond Pertun, you have the floor to give us some narration on what really happened.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, the the members of the Committee on Public Order. Good afternoon po sa lahat ng mga men in uniform. On August 8, 2023, there appeared to have been a altercation between a cyclist and a person who later turned out to be named as Wilfredo Gonzalez. He is a retired / dismissed police officer. Just to make it short, if I may ask the committee to play the first video. This was taken by a vlogger by the name of BI Vlogs.
Ayan o.
Video?
Ayan o, upal o.
Okay, watch it.
Ina mo. Ayan. Ayan. Gago, may baril.
Just today, I received a second video, which is a second angle of the same incident.
Gitna pa kami dito na, papasok ko lang ng taxi. Kaya po siya, bigla niya ako. Kaya siya pumasok siya, bigla niya ako pinato. O, siyempre sabay pag ano dyan, tututukan na niya ako ng baril sa sabay bato.
May baril nga yun.
Yeah. Hindi ako makaporma kasi may baril eh. Hindi ako nakaiwas sa bato. May hawak siyang baril. Yung dinidinay niya kanina, wala doon siyang baril.
Tandaan na yun o.
Ito na ba siya? Ito yata.
Grabe o.
Kasi nagsimula yun doon sa ano pa lang eh. Aminado naman ako sa mga may mali ako kasi pagpasok niya doon, di ba, pag angat niya po doon galing sa Blooming Tree, paliko niya sa school. Pumasok siya sa bike lane, sa green yun eh. Natural doon ako, bike lane yun eh. Eh, dinitbit niya, tinapik ko yung ano na para lumabas. Nagalit. Eh, hindi ko na rin po pinansin.
Sir.
Ang nangyari, hinabol niya ako doon.
Mr. Chairman.
Yun na kami nagtatalo, sabi ko eh. Siya may mali. Ako nga, hinatak niya yung ano ko. Sino ba mong totoo mo kung iba?
May kasama ka?
Ako lang po eh. Yung yung naka-green na yan, siyang tumawag kayo sir. Bumalik
Nasa post
siya,
kanina?
nasa likod niya ako eh.
Tataradan na yun.
Kita niya.
Tataradan. Pumis-pumis sila tataradan mo.
Ang nasabi niya, sir, huwag tumatawag tayo ng pamilya ko.
Tapos nabi sa'yo. Anong payo sa'yo na?
Dininay niya, wala din siyang tinotok na baril.
Anong payo sa'yo ng mga polis?
Ito ako matawag, kaya dito daw ako ngayon. Kasi pinapabayad niya ako, sabi ko, wala akong ano dyan. Kasi ikaw
Ba't may damage siya?
may gumit pa yung kotse niya. Kasi dumaustos po ako sir, siyempre mabilis na, pababa ko yun sir, kaya medyo mabilis na rin takbo ng bike. Yan po. Hindi ko nga po alam kung saan na eh. Kasi sabi ko, dito kami. Pinababayad niya sa akin. Sabi sa akin, sir, pati ko kanina sa akin. Wala lang ba? ko matanggap, hindi nila yung mga kasang gawin. Hindi na yung nakinutupan.
Mr. Chairman, although the video as shown right now is a little bit choppy, but a clear copy will show, or at least the way I perceive it, is that at first the red vehicle was on the regular car lane while the bicycle was on the bicycle lane. You're going to see the red car encroach into the bike lane. So the cyclist tried to avoid the vehicle by swerving to the left. And then the red vehicle would now again swerve back into the lane, cutting the path of the cyclist who was trying to progress forward. The gentleman inside the vehicle would step out of the vehicle, strike the head of the cyclist, pull out his gun from his waist, and cock it. Thereafter, this same gentleman would, using his left fist, strike the right shoulder of the cyclist, and then subsequently drag the cyclist's bicycle to the curbside. In view of these, and I'd like to add further that, and I will concede that there was a written agreement consisting of 2 pages signed by the cyclist, whose name is Alan Bandiola, as given to the police, and the individual in the vehicle, Mr. Willie Gonzalez. In this agreement, it would appear that there was a charge and a counter charge. The charge was reckless imprudence resulting in damage to property on the part of Mr. Gonzalez, and a counter charge of grave threat by Mr. Bandiola. There is nothing in this document, and I have served copies of the 2-page agreement to the Honorable Committee. There's nothing as to the narration as to what is the basis or factual basis for the charge of grave threats. The same document would reflect that there was an alleged settlement between the 2 parties. But I've also furnished the committee with a text given to me by the same cyclist saying that in truth and in fact, he was forced to pay the amount of 500 pesos as part of the settlement. To my mind, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, we all saw the video, the 2 videos. The 2 videos will not lie. And for the individual who had been hit in the head, shown a gun, cocked it, struck on the right shoulder, and whose bicycle was dragged, he was being forced now to shell out 500 pesos of hard-earned money inside the police station without the benefit of counsel. May I ask, therefore, and this is the request of this person, that a full investigation be conducted by the Honorable Committee in aid of legislation.
Thank you so much, Attorney Fortun. Siguro pakinggan naman po natin yung side ng PNP, no? Just give us some narration as well of what happened, no? Basically, nakita naman natin nagkaroon ng reaction yung ating mga kababayan because of what happened doon sa presentation natin, ano, General Torre, no? Siguro I'll be asking General Torre about this. Siguro bigyan po natin ng linaw, no, yung mga sitwasyon na nangyari po doon sa well, yung si Willie Gonzalez, you know. So can you kindly give us some information about this?
Nang dumating yung si Mr. Willie Gonzalez, ay nakita ng mga media na dinala ng aking mga tauhan dahil ang aking chief ng firing range ay dati niyang kakilala niya dahil itong si Mr. Gonzalez pala ay gumagamit ng firing range dati sa Kamkaringal. So dinala siya sa aking opisina and I talked to him. It's mga around 3:15 and I talked to him until mga 4:04. At ang clamor obviously ng mga media during the time is they want to get my side at initially they want to get my comment na nag-focus na ngayon sa siyempre and sila ay understandably gusto nila makausap si Mr. Gonzales for his comments. I asked Mr. Gonzales if he wants to comment on that because at that moment, he had been saying that he had already settled with the biker. And doon ko nalaman na meron pala, ang insidente pala ay August 8 pa. So I called the attention of my Traffic Sector 4 dahil ayun nga ang sabi niya, dinala sa Traffic Sector 4 at pagkatapos ay dinala sila sa Station 11 nung matapos ang traffic accident investigation dahil may lumalabas na RPC violation, specifically grave threats, alternating complaint of grave threats, and malicious mischief and or reckless imprudence resulting to damage to property. I allowed him to join me in facing the media, which on the hindsight, giving us a perfect 2020 vision, I did regret, which we saw and I saw the great backlash against me in the media. The reason why this morning I talked to my Chief PNP, to the RD and CRPO, and to the Biseo of Napolcom and the SILG. I asked them to remove me from my post as District Director of QCPD to pave way for a better and deeper investigation of this matter.
So, General, you resign?
I asked to be removed from my post as District Director of QCPD, Mr.
Tinanggap po
Your
ba
Honor.
ni Chief PNP yung inyong resignation?
I believe, sir, that he accepted it, and I asked, the only thing I asked him is maybe, sir, shoot the order, please, tomorrow at noontime so that I'll have a overnight to clear my office and my quarters.
Okay. Napolcom Vice Chairman, I'll be asking you about yung action that was taken by General Torre with regards to the function of his position. What can you say about it? I mean, alam naman natin yung responsibility ng ni General Torre, no? But unfortunately, there were exchanges of texts, no, between him and the Mr. Gonzales. Can you kindly give some information on this committee with regards to the action that was taken by General Torre?
Thank you, Chair. The action of the district director may be premature to make a conclusion. He should not have conducted a press conference with the person concerned. He should have investigated deeper on the circumstances surrounding the situation, especially when the person concerned had been a respondent in many criminal cases, previously been dismissed in the service, although he was able to retire, but in as much as these are pending before his retirement, compulsory retirement, eventually he was dismissed. Had there been some prudence of trying to evaluate all of the facts that may have been happening before and during, then prudence would dictate that it should have been calibrated more and acted more with circumspect. He should not have taken sides at that point and review the matters altogether.
Thank you so much, Vice Chairman Bernardo. General Torre, I know you personally, no? I know you're a good person. Magaling kang general. But unfortunately, sometimes nagkakaroon tayo ng lapses. And palagay ko, isa sa mga lapses mo ito. We have to consider the feelings of our citizenry, no? Kasi sometimes ang ating mga kababayan, kapag naiipit sila, like for example, tayong mga public official, kapag tayo binabatikos na, sinasabi natin, wag natin pansinin yung social media, wala yan, ganyan-ganyan. But somehow, we have to be critical on this issue, no? This is the new norm, no? Ang people's participation in our governance. And we consider yung ating pong mga texts, mga messages, mga comments are part of the good governance that we are initiating in our government. And thereby, we have to be critical on this. And I must admit that I was a bit surprised that you have resigned in your position. But knowingly that if you do that, it is something that I can say na medyo sumasaludo ako sa iyo. Dahil you have seen the backlash that you have received from our citizenry. But of course, you have to accept also that there are some lapses on your decision. And we understand that. No, we understand that. We are only humans. And that's the reason why we have conducted a lot of hearings like this. Nabubuisit lamang kami kapag yung ating mga iniimbitahan dito mga resource speakers, abot hanggang langit yung kanilang pagsisinungaling at pagdedepensa ng kanilang sarili. You being a good general and have said something like this, I think we have learned something from this. At alam naman po natin that it has been decided also na i-revoke na yung kanyang LTO at yun din pong sa kanyang car registration. So we will be asked